Well, one of the neighbors of the in the trial of the Senzo Meyiwa murder will take the stand today at the North Gauteng High Court. 7 people were in the house: Kelly Khumalo, her sister Zandile Khumalo-Gumede, Longwe Twala, Gladness Khumalo, Meyiwa's 2 friends, Tumelo Madlala, as well as Mthokozisi Twala. Meyiwa was at the house of Gladness Khumalo, that's the mother of Kelly Khumalo, at the time of the incident. This as the trial of 5 men accused of Meyiwa's murder continues. But Chriselda Lewis is standing by, keeping a close eye on that trial for us. Chriselda, a very good morning to you. A big day in this trial today. Who are we expecting to take the stand?
Now, Lady, as you correctly pointed out, we're expecting one of the neighbors to take the stand this morning. Initially, we had thought that it was going to be one of those who were inside at the house when Senzo Meyiwa was killed, but at a last-minute change, we understand the neighbor will now testify, and it'll be very interesting to hear what he heard on that day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Did he hear the gunshot ring out? Did he see anyone standing inside the house? And was he one of the participants who'd moved Senzo Meyiwa's body from inside the house into the car when he was taken to that nearby hospital? We're expecting this neighbor to detail very much in terms of whether there were any scuffles that had been heard inside that house as well, and how they responded to it. Did they see anything? Also, you would recall there was a park that was brought up in proceedings here where Sergeant Mthokozisi, who was the second witness in this matter and concluded in cross-examination on Friday, he'd spoken about coming out of the house and being told by neighbors that there had been 2 individuals who had ran towards the park. And whether he also did that, was part of the contingent that showed police where to go and look for these 2 individuals who were said to have been at the Meyiwa home at that particular time. So a lot of focus merely this morning on what he heard, who was he in conversation with, and whether he was part of those that assisted in taking Senzo Meyiwa's body from inside the house and taking it to the vehicle that transported him to the hospital. Because you would know one of the key issues that have also come up in this matter, in particular in the cross-examination of the 2 police officers who've so far taken the stand, was the manner in which police had conducted themselves at the crime scene. You would have heard last week a number of statements from witnesses who are neighbors who indicated that the scene had been left unattended to such a degree that some of them were able to go inside freely, and one of the neighbors even removed some of the beer cans that had been found on the floor, saying that she did not want police to know that the people inside were drinking. So a lot will be asked about the decorum of that day, whether there were loud noises inside, whether there was a party, whether there was a scuffle or a fight that had taken place inside. Certainly these are some of the questions that will be asked to this new witness here this morning. The Meyiwa family, I understand, is also going to make their way to court very shortly. They usually arrive round about this time, so chances are the next time I cross to you, we will have the Meyiwa family here. We're often accompanied by AfriForum, and the reason for their return this time, you'd recall, they've long contended that they want to hear from the people that were inside the house when Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Perhaps the neighbor would also be able to shed some light on what he heard, how they as neighbors responded to perhaps the sound of a gunshot or a scuffle or whatever it is that might be described inside this court to believe to have happened on that fateful day. So hence the Meyiwa family is back in court this morning. Certainly they've never shied away from speaking to the media about how they feel the case is proceeding, and I suspect they would share some of their thoughts with us this morning as they return to court and hope for some finality in terms of justice in this matter.
That's our reporter Chriselda Lewis speaking to us outside the High Court in Pretoria. And of course, as soon as proceedings get off the ground in the matter, we certainly will bring it to you live. And Chriselda will keep you updated on all the details as well as they unfold throughout the day.